That's why a lot of these celebrities that start these things, they can't keep up. You know, like the Meghan Markles.
But you're the same.
You're the same.
Like, I know.
Yeah.
I know.
Yeah.
Terrible.
Like, guys, you don't got to do this. Please, I'm begging you to stop.
I knew her a bit before she met Harry. She was nothing like that. She didn't speak like that. Her mannerisms weren't like that. This is all fake.
You just can't keep faking it. It's too hard.
There isn't a tear in sight. It's an actor's trick.
Don't make yourself cry. Oh, I can do that so well. Oh my God, it's crazy.
Wasn't there some speculation that she was on Epstein's yacht at one point in time?
Most of Meghan Markle's yacht girl pics have been scrubbed from the internet.
There was a sex tape about her.
And I saw it.
What do Americans really think of Harry and Meghan? We despise them.
Zoom in here and it says, with the compliments of Her Royal Highness.
But they can't make money off the royal family.
So why did you say yes to doing this show?
Because it's you. And to me, that means...
There was like photos with her and Prince Andrew way back in the day when she was like in her early 20s.
There's evidence that suggests that she went on Epstein's yacht at the same time as Prince Andrew.
She married for money. It's very clear she bagged the elephant. She was thrilled. She became a, quote, princess.
It's all bull.
And in the tape, she's performing a sex act on him that's unbelievable.
1. Meghan Markle is crying on podcasts, signing gifts with a royal title she lost, and people who work for her keep quitting. But behind the headlines are lawsuits, public outrage, and whispers of a sketchy past. Her royal title could be the Duchess of Drama. People rather call Gayle King a real astronaut than Meghan Markle authentic.
This woman looks to me like a malignant narcissist. This woman has zero self-awareness.
I love that your eyes are sparkling right now. You know, Meghan, how are you today? Which, by the way, I just have to say, yes.
Enjoy them.
I forgot to have fun. You're right. You're right.
That 2-hour podcast that I just had to sit through with Jamie Keen Lima, who is also very cut off from the rest of the world.
Meghan sat down with Jamie Kern Lima, a self-made billionaire and motivational figure, for a podcast that promised emotional honesty. What viewers got was something else entirely. Aside from the host being super cringy, she was more fake than Meghan cooking on her Netflix show. Just look at this clip. She's literally using her famous friends to inflate her ego to promote herself during her own podcast episode.
The Jamie Kern Lima show.
Her show is unlike any I've ever done.
A revelation. When you listen, it feels like a hug, but your brain and your spirit and your heart is like, wow.
When I look into Jamie's eyes, I feel like I am on some other cosmic level with her.
I could see the light around her. She's infused with...
Meghan dabbed her eyes and appeared to choke up while talking about the pressure she faces. But viewers quickly noticed there weren't any actual tears, just the act of crying. On social media, they didn't let it slide. Critics point to an old video where Meghan jokingly says she can cry on command.
We're at Soho House, Toronto, which is basically TIG headquarters for me. I write my stories here, I take my meetings here, and it's kind of amazing because all over the world, if I'm traveling, Soho House can still be home base. Don't make yourself cry. Oh, I can do that so well. Oh my God, it's crazy. You're like, Meghan, 1 tear, left eye, go. Give me 3 seconds.
That clip resurfaced immediately, and suddenly her podcast tears looked more like acting than emotion.
When you were saying, like, do you want to just do like cozies and no makeup? I like the idea of like, okay, great, let's let them see us.
Nobody talks like that and nobody acts like that, because that's weird behavior that we're seeing from both of these people if we're supposed to be thinking under the impression that they're being authentic.
Just when the noise began to fade, body language expert Scott Rouse weighed in, and his observations only added to the fire. Rouse pointed out Meghan's constant blinking, mismatched facial expressions, and moments where her gestures didn't match her words. These nonverbal leaks, he explained, can signal discomfort or even deception. In particular, when Meghan spoke about her emotional struggles, her face remained oddly composed. The emotion was in her voice, but not in her body. That disconnect raised questions. Was this genuine heartbreak or an expertly delivered performance?
Do you think you'll be married forever?
Yes.
I have a letter.
He's also a fox, if you haven't noticed. My husband's very, very handsome. But his heart is even more beautiful.
Something's up here. See that little shoulder shrug when she said yes?
Yes, yes.
Did you hear how high her voice was when she said yes?
Yes.
When we're stressed, our larynx closes up a little bit and our voice tone gets a little bit higher. That's why the pitch of the yes is so high.
Rouse's breakdown reignited online debates. Suddenly, people weren't just listening to Meghan's words. They were dissecting every flicker of her expression. She says she writes nightly emails to both her kids every night, so they can look back when they grow up. Sounds cute in theory, but kids aren't that bored these days.
But before I go to bed almost every night, I email them.
Wow.
They will end up at one point in their life, maybe when they're 16 or when they're 18, that I say, here's an email that I've been keeping for you.
Because that's really what you want when you're 18. 40,000 emails, Maureen, from your mother.
These emails are so that when my children are of age, they can come to me and say, oh my God, you loved us so much. It's me, me, me.
During the podcast, a photo was shown of a basket Meghan had gifted and a handwritten card signed Her Royal Highness. One problem. She's not supposed to use that title anymore.
Zoom in here and it says, with the compliments of Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Sussex. That is a title that was stripped from her when she and Harry made their whole racism debacle and left the UK, left their royal duties, and moved to the US to bug all of us. She's using it in private with her friends. That's even weirder than if they were still trying to milk the titles in public. That is just like all the confirmation that I need that this woman is just obsessed with being a royal, that is all this was all about. That she's angry that she screwed the pooch by claiming racism and basically getting kicked out of the family. She just can't give up the HRH titles that quickly. Like, this is literally what she has always wanted.
After stepping away from royal duties, Meghan lost the right to use the title. Critics saw it as delusional. Even friends found it cringe. People online were commenting, "You can't have it both ways, Meghan."
A staggering 2/3 of Brits are calling for Harry and Meghan to be stripped of their HRH titles.
Now, the king can end this feud, but not by shaking hands with this treacherous little weasel, but by stripping him and his wife of the royal titles that they love to use for commercial gain without doing any of the work.
And now, it's not just the public criticizing Meghan and Harry. It's the monarchy itself feeling the heat. In a recent poll, a staggering 97% of respondents said King Charles should formally strip Harry and Meghan of their royal titles.
You can't use your HRH, you can't use royal, and you can't be half in and half out, which is what they wanted.
So far, King Charles has avoided any direct action, but insiders say Prince William won't hesitate when he becomes king. According to reports, he sees their conduct as a betrayal, and he's prepared to cut ties entirely to protect the crown's reputation. Whether or not that happens, one thing is clear. The rift between the Sussexes and the rest of the royals is no longer a private family issue. It's a national spectacle.
He's a duplicitous, self-centered, vile, disloyal hypocrite.
Especially with Prince Harry crying about not getting enough personal security for his family.
He blamed pretty much everybody, of course, as usual, other than himself, including his father, the king, who is currently, of course, suffering from cancer.
Ultimately, this whole thing could be resolved through him, not necessarily by intervening, but by stepping aside, allowing the experts to do what is necessary.
He wants the royal family to pay for it. He lost that battle, though.
I don't know how much longer my father has. He won't speak to me because of this security stuff.
Harry's digging an even bigger hole for himself here.
Well, I think he's dug so deep now, he'll strike water any day now.
Meanwhile, Meghan was trying to pivot again. Her lifestyle brand American Riviera Orchard was quietly rebranded to As Ever, but the rollout backfired fast. The new name clashed with several small businesses already using it. Then came the awkward detail. Her brand's logo looked almost identical to the official coat of arms from a town in Spain. Legal troubles started brewing. Online users weren't buying the soft, elegant image. They saw a desperate grab for relevance and revenue, especially when products sold out in 30 minutes, but only a tiny batch had been produced in the first place.
Meghan's podcast has fallen off the charts. She's been criticized for the content. There are rumors that her As Ever launch wasn't as successful as she considered it. Critically, With Love Meghan was not a success.
And just when things couldn't get messier, Meghan's DIY bath salt recipe on Netflix may have sparked a legal firestorm. A woman from Maryland, Robin Patrick, says the mixture gave her severe burns and ulcers. She's diabetic and claims that ingredients like arnica and Himalayan salt made things worse. She's threatening to sue Meghan, Netflix, and Archwell for up to $10 million.
A lot of people, Meghan Markle was also in the Soho House. They said that she was a girl that was hired to walk VIPs and fill out the red carpets and stuff like that,
They hope to become actresses. They hope to become any type of celebrity, and they will do anything.
And it seems like that lady is a temptress. She's a siren. She's lured him into the rocks.
They start their way up. They latch onto the first rich guy or famous guy they get that they meet at the Playboy Mansion. This is their exit strategy. I'm going to marry this man, and he's going to take care of me the rest of my life.
You know, I mean, she used to be on
Was
Deal or
he
No
infiltrated?
Deal.
And now,
Yeah,
you
yeah.
can't-
Look, she was on Deal or No Deal.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, with a briefcase.
She didn't like being objectified on Deal. And did you think it was an executive position, ma'am?
Before Meghan Markle became the Duchess of Sussex, her past was already the subject of whispers and speculation. One of the most persistent rumors is that Meghan once worked as a yacht girl, a term used for women hired to attend exclusive yacht parties hosted by wealthy elites.
But Meghan Markle has been accused of being a former yacht girl. They're also claiming that she could have spent time with Prince Andrew and Jeffrey Epstein before meeting Prince Harry. Meghan was invited to join a yacht week in Croatia in 2016. There's evidence that suggests that she went on Epstein's yacht at the same time as Prince Andrew.
Some sources claim she may have attended such events early in her career, though no definitive evidence has ever surfaced. And then there's the claim that Meghan knew much more about the royal family before meeting Prince Harry than she let on.
Meghan did claim that before dating Harry, she never Googled him, and she said she didn't know much about the royal family.
I know someone who knows the ex-husband who said she had a vision board with Prince Harry on it.
While she publicly claimed she didn't know much about him or the royals, her old blog posts and a friend's account suggest she had a long-standing fascination with royal culture, perhaps even aspirations. Whether these are rumors, coincidences, or carefully avoided truths, they continue to feed public suspicion about Meghan's calculated climb into the global spotlight.
These two never stop going on global media to trash the royal family and the monarchy, and each time they do it, they chip away at the mystique and the magic and the popularity, and that's why I despise them for what they're doing.
Meghan and Harry were once seen as royal rebels charting a new path, standing up to outdated traditions. But now many see them as attention chasers, using victimhood as a marketing tool. From fake tears to forced titles, from podcast drama to questionable product launches, each move seems less about truth and more about control and narrative. They say they don't want attention, but they've written books, signed deals, and launched brands that all scream, "Look at me." So the real question isn't whether Meghan's tears were real, it's whether anyone still believes them.